Welcome to Daybreak. I'm Joe Young, manager for the Village of Oxford, and with me today I have Deb Uren, president of the Oxford Chamber of Commerce, and Joe Frost, our new executive director of the Downtown Development Authority. Welcome.
Thanks.
Back, and glad to have you here. And
thank you, Joe.
A lot of things we're going to share with the audience today, the activities and things going on, and developments happening, and get you involved for our great summer here in downtown Oxford. So Debbie, you want to start with some of the chamber upcoming events or mixers? And
sure. We are having our last mixer in July. It's going to be on Thursday, July 30th from 5 to 7, and that's going to be at the Burning Oak Smokehouse right here on North Lapeer, 595 North Lapeer Road. And I said last, but I didn't mean it. We're going to continue to have our mix and mingles, but this is the one for July.
That's the 30th, Thursday?
Thursday, July 30th from 5 to 7. Our Coffee Connect, which we always have on the first Tuesday of every month, this one's going to be on August 4th from 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning, and this time it's going to be hosted by Northern Flooring and Interiors. They're located at 616 South Lapeer Road in Lake Orion. So once again, that is our Coffee Connect for the month of August. It'll be on August 4th from 8 to 9 and hosted by Northern Flooring and Interiors. Also, I'd like to just add that, hey, it's Lone Ranger time.
That's right, it
sure
is.
It sure is, and we are all pumped up. We are all pumped up.
I know the chamber is going to be helping coordinate the parade.
Well, the parade, and we have like 70 entries in the parade. Yep. The newest one that I heard from Rod is going to be the unicyclist coming in from Redford. So that's something that we haven't talked about before, so we're really excited about that.
That gives the parade great balance.
Yes, it does. Great balance.
Well, we'll talk some more about the parade in a few minutes, but Joe, maybe you can tell us a little about it from the DDA standpoint of the concerts and other things going on this summer.
We got a number of events going on downtown. Every Thursday is the concerts in the park. And this upcoming Thursday on the 30th, we're going to have the North Oakland Dixieland Band. And if you're a musician yourself, at 6 o'clock, there's an open mic time slot. So bring out your guitar and feel free to join in the fun and the activities. And then August 6th, we have coming up the Southerners, which is country rock. But in addition to that, we have a lot of great upcoming events as well. September 12th, a new event, which is being brought to us by the Salvage Sisters and forged by Chic Antiques, is the Oxford Vintage Market in the park. That's going to take place in Centennial Park, and they already have 30 vendors secured, and these are vintage items, you know, repurposed items, and it's going to be a great event. That's going to take place, like I said, September 12th. And then be sure to check out the downtownoxford.org website for upcoming events, Scarecrow Fest in October, Soup and Sweets Stroll coming up in December. We could talk more about those as, of course, those come near.
Yep.
Now, one thing on the concerts in the park on Thursdays, we also have the Farmers Market, open air market now in the park. We just started that, so lots of vendors down there, the open mic. We have balloons for the kids and great entertainment. And like I said, we go through the month of August, so lots of good things going on Thursdays. And I think they have a car show at Burning Oak, right?
Yep, every Thursday, Burning Oak is always
this coming
hosting,
week, you're going to be the mixers there
the
as
mixers,
well.
Yep, the mixer's going to be there, and weather permitting, which it better be good, we're going to be on the patio outside. So it is going to be full of a lot of people and a lot of cars. So that'll be a great showing for the Burning Oak.
All right, a couple other events. I wanted to touch base, some new things happening coming up in August. There's a senior bingo group that will be now operating bingo on Wednesday afternoon and Friday afternoon in the Village Community Room right there in the police department. So it's a minor dollar amount, but it's a good time for you got people that would like to take advantage of playing bingo on Wednesday and Thursday afternoons. And also there's a Thursday euchre group, senior group, that's from 1 to 3 that's also going to be at the community room. So we've got activities of all ages and groups. It's open to the public, so check us out and see what's going on there. This is an interim location because The senior center, the Vets Hall is in the process of being sold and developed, and so they're looking for an interim home, which are being at the village community room, and then hopefully at some point down the road get a permanent situation. But
Do we have to call in order to do
nope,
that, Joe,
just
or
show
you just show up?
Just show up at the community room
Well,
Wednesday and
that
Thursday.
euchre sounds good on
All right,
Fridays. Yep.
great. We also have a blood drive coming on August 10th at the village community room also, a busy place there. And that's going to be from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So Red Cross needs your blood, so if you're able on Monday, it's a Monday, August 10th, just call and get an appointment to make your donation.
It sounds like a great opportunity. And there's a lot of blood types that are more rare than others.
Yes.
So if you know you have a rare blood type, be sure to get in there,
Right.
because that's something the community can utilize.
Well, I'm going to talk a little more about the Lone Ranger Festival, and some of you may remember seeing this picture. This is Clayton Moore and Jay Silverheels on the Lone Ranger, where Toronto called the Lone Ranger Kimosabi.
Yes, he did.
Which meant my friend, loyal friend or talented scout was what the definition. But that's coming up here, and we've got lots of activities with the Lone Ranger Festival. Friday night, the Oxford Tap has a stage set up in the parking lot, and they're going to be having the musical group here, the Remedy Band, featuring Karen Elizabeth and her electric fiddle on Friday night at 7 o'clock. And on Saturday, during the day, Sinjon Smith is going to be performing from 1 to 5. And then that evening, from 7 to 11, Taylor Tuckey, which is been voted Michigan's top country rock band, is going to be performing on Saturday night, along with the other events for the festival. But the festival itself, we talked about the parade.
Yep.
Coming up at 11 o'clock. We've got over 70 entries, lots of music, youth groups, antique vehicles, tall heads.
The tall heads, we have 9 tall heads that are going to be there, so that's going to be a lot of fun to see those.
And I heard that Superman and Batman are going to be in the crowd too.
Excellent.
Really?
Always a fan favorite.
And we're going to have some other entertainment acts. I think we're going to have a fire-breathing act. And
Are the Shriners going to be there?
I forgot.
Those little
Absolutely.
go-karts?
We got
Awesome.
well, we got the Shriner motorbikes.
Motorcycles.
And one of the groups, Americans, is going to do a mock bank robbery downtown. I really enjoyed doing that last year, so I'm going to do a little reenactment of history in the days of yore when Lone Ranger was out there taking care of those bad guys, and see how that was back at that time. It was a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment on that.
That was
day.
a big shootout last year.
Oh, yeah.
And that takes place in front of the former Oxford Bank, which is now our historic museum.
Right.
So be looking out for that, because once those Shriners come into town on their motorcycles, they all wear their hats, and they have little cowboys on the front, or little horses on the front of their motorcycles. I mean,
cool.
that was so much fun last year.
Great. Well, we got a lot of things. We have a horseshoe contest coming up. It's set up in the park already down on Mill Street. You'll be able to participate in that. That'll be a lot of fun. We got the ice cream social in Kidstown over by the Oxford United Methodist Church going on. And of course, we have the over 70 vendors in town. There's going to be 2 car shows.
Yeah.
The Oxford Rotary is going to be having their car show at Oxford Bank, one of our major sponsors. And the 24th Street Tavern is having their M1 luxury car, classic car show, cruise in town after the parade.
Right.
And do their show behind 24th Street that afternoon. The Kidstown area, Genesis Credit Union is providing the resources and sponsorship for that. There'll be a lot of activities there. We got Paws coming. There are going to be llama rides.
A climbing wall, inflatable maze.
And there'll be more things coming up, but it'll be a great day. So we're going to close this session off right now, and we'll come back and talk with Joe Frost, our new DDA director.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brotherhood, the belief that all people should act with warmth and equality toward one another, regardless of differences in nationality, creed, or ethnicity. Just one of the many values put forth by the characters celebrated at the Lone Ranger Festival. Let's all adopt this year's theme and make everyone feel like family in Oxford. Come join the fun in downtown Oxford August 1st at 11 a.m. Admission is free and all are welcome. This is a true community event with fun to be had by all ages.
I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard and former Red Wing great Joey Kotzer reminding you to follow the rules regarding boater safety. Always operate at safe speeds, avoid alcohol, and wear a life jacket. Don't let a great day on the water be ruined by bad decisions.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Joe Young, Village Manager, Deb Uren, Chamber President, Joe Frost, the Executive Director of the Downtown Development Authority. Joe's been with us 3 weeks now.
That's right.
And,
Time flies when
he's
you're
still
having fun.
here, so we're happy about that. And he brings a lot of talent and experience and passion and enthusiasm, and we're very pleased to have you, Joe.
Well, thank you.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your background,
Sure.
and some of the things you've experienced and some of the things you're planning to develop and pursue here in
Sure.
Oxford.
Well, I'm no stranger to the area. I grew up in Davison, and I don't know if I should admit that
No,
here
sure.
in
Yes.
Wildcat country, but it is the Wildcats, right?
Oh, yes, you bet. You got it right.
But, you know, it's great to be back home. And my wife is from Bay City originally, and we lived in Indiana for some time, but the goal was always to return home to Michigan. And
Great.
so that time has come, and Oxford is going to be home for us. So my background is in historic preservation. I'm a Michigan State grad in geography and worked for Indiana Landmarks, which is a large statewide organization down in Indiana that does historic preservation advocacy all across the state. So to be able to bring that experience here to Oxford and focus on the DDA district, it's a different scale, and it's a more comfortable scale in the sense that it's all walkable. There's a great sense of place in the downtown and beyond the historic core. Lots of historic buildings and great businesses and infrastructure.
Now, was one of the projects the highway, a historic highway?
One of my duties with Indiana Landmarks, I was the executive director of the Indiana National Road Association. And the National Road was commissioned by the Thomas Jefferson administration way back in 1806. And so National Historic Byway, Scenic Byway. And my job was to manage and facilitate some of those communities along that route. But that was 156 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Very difficult job, as you can understand, and I learned an incredible amount with that role. But the Oxford Downtown Development Authority District is a mile.
Right.
And so
We can handle that.
I'm looking forward to being able to focusing my energies on that district, focusing my energy on promoting the businesses, promoting downtown Oxford, and really connecting with the community and the business owners.
Well, one thing on the roadway issue is, you know, we've dealt with streetscapes and we have traffic issues and safety issues, and we do have a state grant for $1.5 million to add a center lane to make it safer, because it is from Burdick Street South. It's 4-lane, but no left turns and all those businesses. And the grant was awarded based on the accident rates that we've had. And back at the time, it was from 2008 to 2011, we had 73 accidents.
Wow.
Well, I just checked the other day with our police department, how many accidents have we had since last January? 18 months. We've had 67 accidents.
Oh my goodness.
So our problem is definitely serious, and part of the things we need to do is get 7 feet of right-of-way on both sides, put in a left turn lane. Maybe it'll only be at intersections because we don't want it to be a thoroughfare, but there's definitely a safety issue, and that's a project I mentioned. The state's got some money. We got to get the right-of-way, but certainly making it attractive and historic, preserving it.
Yeah.
I know the DDA would like to do street lighting along there and some enhancements for landscaping and some placemaking things, and there was even a art culture walkway project that Lawrence Tech did for us to try to look at some ways to make it a little more attractive down there as well. So those will fit right into.
They'll fit right in, and they're right there in the Downtown Development Authority District. So all connected, so to speak. But and traffic is a problem, but I think it's also a potential, because all those folks who are traveling north, commuting to Emily City or Lapeer, those are all folks who are coming through our community and seeing what we're doing, concerts in the park, you know, vintage market in the park, and other things, and they can say, hey, you know, we're not doing anything this weekend, let's head down to Oxford.
Exactly.
And so when I hear that traffic, I hear development. it is a pain to cross the street, and there are some safety concerns there. But those are all people we can bring back to our community in another form.
And then we have our 12 restaurants in the downtown area.
Yep.
Which is awesome, and people don't realize it, but yes, there are. In that 2 blocks, there are 12 restaurants, and 3 of them are award-winning restaurants.
That's right.
With Main Street and Southeast Detroit. So we're blessed to have the Oxford Tap, the Ox Bar, Ox Bar and Grill, but the 24th Street, and now Sullivan's Irish Pub.
And we're going to be getting in those
Microbreweries.
the microbreweries, so that's going to be another 2.
It's an exciting time downtown, and my wife was telling me the other day, she's like, you've been eating out a lot, haven't you? So how do you know? She's looking at the bank account, and I said, well, there's 12 restaurants downtown, and I need to sample all of them.
Right, exactly. You got to treat them equally.
That's right.
Well, Joe, back to your DD executive draft. I know you had your first meeting.
That's right. First board meeting last week, or earlier, last week, it went very well.
And they've set some goals, or you've got some goals agreed upon.
That's right. And some of the goals that moving forward, we're going to get active with our social media, get active with updating our website. And if you'd like to take part in our social media, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/downtown Oxford. Also, in the short amount of time I've been here, I've created an Instagram account. If you're familiar with Instagram, it's a social media application for photos. And so it really is a way to provide content to Facebook, but you can follow us there too at Downtown Oxford. And I really want to encourage the community when they're out to these various events. Everyone has cell phones. Everyone is linked up with their own social media. Be sure to follow the DDA, but also when you're posting your photos and sharing your thoughts of the concert and whatnot, use a hashtag. Use hashtag Downtown Oxford. And that way it just continues to drive the visibility. There's others you can use, like hashtag Metro Detroit. That's a one just to get the word out about Oxford as a destination. And that's just one of many goals. One of the goals is to link up with OCTV here, and it's an incredible asset to the community. And so this is a way to promote downtown. So I don't want to say I'm going to check that one off my list after this show, but it'll be ongoing. And another thing that we want to focus on is our National Main Street accreditation. As you both are already aware, Downtown Oxford is a Main Street community, Oakland County Main Street. And what that means is that we follow a set approach. It's called the 4-point approach, a Main Street approach. And that gives us some resources that other communities don't have access to. As a select community in Oakland County Main Street's program, we have a lot of free resources at the county level that we can act on or utilize for when businesses are coming to town, needs assessments, the list goes on and on, design work. And so as a Main Street community, we have all that at our disposal. So we can take that another step, and that's our National Main Street accreditation from the National Main Street Center. So the board has tasked me with looking at our evaluations and really building the capacity so that we can get that accreditation.
Now, one of the things on the criteria or accreditation is the volunteerism and
that's
the involvement of you out there in the audience. And there's opportunities at the Chamber and the DDA and the Village and Parks and Rec everywhere for you to be involved or participating, from the parade to the concerts to other items, updating and helping in various ways. So if you're interested, know someone that might be interested, give us a call or check our websites and stop in, because we're going to help make it better and bigger for everyone, and it'll be very enjoyable for you as well.
And it's a win-win for everyone.
That's exactly right. Win-win-win. Everybody wins all the way around. So, well, we're going to close this session off, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brotherhood. The belief that all people should act with warmth and equality toward one another, regardless of differences in nationality, creed, or ethnicity. Just one of the many values put forth by the characters celebrated at the Lone Ranger Festival. Let's all adopt this year's theme and make everyone feel like family in Oxford. Come join the fun in downtown Oxford August 1st at 11 a.m. Admission is free and all are welcome. This is a true community event with fun to be had by all ages.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back to Daybreak. Joe Young, Debbie Uren, Joe Frost, sharing with you what's going on in our village, lots of activities and business development and activities and events. We got one we want to make sure we plug today.
A few more things that I just wanted to mention for the chamber. Oxford United Methodist Church is inviting all the children for their vacation Bible school. That's going to be starting on Sunday, August 2nd through Thursday, August 6th. So
right after the Lone Ranger Festival.
Right after the Lone Ranger Festival. Yep. So their phone number is 248-628-1289. And this is going to be a wonderful project for the church. They always have their vacation Bible school, and they have a large attendance. So check that out for your kids right downtown here. Yeah. Another thing that's really been a big activity here in the Oxford area is the old Sea Ray plant that's going to become a rec center for kids and family. This is the plant, if you're familiar with Oxford, just north of town. It's that great big building that a lot of work was being done on the just on the roof area alone.
It's right across from Myers.
Right across from Myers. You cannot miss it. You cannot miss it. And believe it or not, that building is 208,000 square feet. Wow. Big, big area. They're going to be calling it the Legacy Center, is the community in motion. This is going to be all projects that are children related. Businesses are going to have, they're going to have a swim school, yoga studio, music studio. The pool itself is going to be 3,000 square feet. Wow. And it's going to be just for the kids only facility. The high school will still be taking care of the teenagers and the adults, but this is going to be strictly for the kids. They're going to be also housing eateries that are going to be for physical fitness and healthier choices in food. So we really appreciate the fact that this has been an item that has needed to be addressed for a long time with that vacant building, and just a few businesses that have been in there that have been trying to make it. They are going to be a part of this program, and so thank you to Mills Real Estate. Christian Mills is the owner, and he is the one that has taken on this project. And they're going to be having a ribbon cutting and grand opening of the facility. So look forward to hearing more about that. That's going to be this fall, right around October. So if you're interested in bringing in a small business, get in touch with Mills Real Estate. Their phone number is 248-830-3505, and they're looking for other tenants, but at least they're starting off in the right direction for us. So thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's terrific. Well, we've got other businesses looking to come into town too. We've got the Lori's Pet Paradise is looking to relocate. You know, the microbrewery's coming in where that property is, Daybreak owns, and so she's looking to relocate downtown, right on Main Street, or Washington Street, next to Salvage Sisters.
Yeah.
So she'll be relocating there. We also have Heavenly Scent, another pet grooming shop that's north of town that's looking to move into the White House Village shops this fall. So that'll be another additional service down there. And that White House Village shops, they have over 10 businesses there now.
He's really
and it's growing, and a lot. You got spas and hair salons and health food and music studio,
music school,
and gift shops, and a lot of things going on, new developments. And he's in the process of restoring the one house on the corner for historic preservation. So that's something to fit in with the DDA and making our town keep its historic character and charm. We've got, I mentioned the microbreweries, we got 2 of them being looked at here in town. One's looking at purchasing the Vets Hall, and mentioned about how the seniors are having to move out of there. But they're looking to open next year. So we'll see how that works with 2 microbreweries there. So that'll be interesting. We've got the DDA property with Dave Weckel. Joe, you want
that's
to
right.
speak about that in a minute?
There are 3 DDA parcels over on East Burdick, and at our June DDA meeting, the board voted to swap those as an incentive for Dave Weckel to move forward with his developments. Going to be 2 mixed-use buildings, at the minimum 2 stories, but depending on the demand, maybe even higher. And so great opportunity to get some new buildings in town. And it's going to be mixed use. So if you want to live downtown, that's going to be available as well. There's going to be some condos up there. And so, and that's the wonderful thing about all these businesses. You can get your dog groomed, you can grab a burger, you can grab a Guinness, all in walking distance. And that's one of the wonderful things about downtown is all the goods and services are right there, right out your front door.
Well, that reminds me of that wedding services available in the village, because we have the cake, sweet and savory. They're a regional bakery and wedding cake provider. We have Johnston Photography. We have Mark Young Jeweler, fine jewelry, and all these restaurants.
The flower shop.
The flower shop.
Yep.
Everything you would want to need, you could plan right here in
Absolutely.
Oxford, in our little bitty village.
And I bet you we could do a wedding right there in Centennial Park.
Oh, we've done that. There's been weddings there before. And then we have the covered wagon saddlery. We're out here in the country, quote, 9 miles from the palace, but it is horse country. That's true. As a matter of fact, it's called Lone Ranger country these days. But we have unique shops and quite a variety and quality of life here in Oxford with our lakes, our Pollyant Trail, our great downtown, and we're only a few minutes from the business downtown Metro Detroit area. So a lot going on, a lot happening, and one of the other things we're looking at is there's a housing development being proposed to add 76 units, a 3-story condo apartment building, and then 40 single-family units over by Scripter Park on Gillespie Street by the water tower. We've got a developer pursuing getting that agreement put into place that would provide housing and living right 2 blocks from downtown and on a lake and right by the trail.
You cannot beat that.
So what more would you want? But we're very excited about that. We also have the village offices. They're still being the dialogue on possible development of that. And meanwhile, we're looking at fixing up the old township hall and looking to rent that out. If you know of anybody interested in some office or retail space, we do have it available. Just call us at the village. The phone number is 248-628-2543, 628-2543. So we've got some people interested there. A lot of action going on. We got the chamber there. We got the DDA there. We got Parks and Rec there. Now we got the senior center there. So a lot going on. Again, 1 block from the downtown.
That's right. Walkable.
So,
very walkable.
Very walkable.
Yeah.
Very walkable.
Yeah. One thing I did want to mention while I got a few minutes here, last night I went to Oakland County Executive Office to a One Stop Ready program that's a county-wide effort, and it's an ongoing program, and it's about how communities can bring development and draw the type of development they want to have and facilitate that so that we continue to grow and prosper. And we were fortunate to be selected in the first group 3 years ago, so we've learned a lot from each other, and it's about learning best practices, about customer relations. When a person comes in wanting development, as Matt Gibbs said last night, these are the check writers. These are your residents that want to come and build a permit or build a garage, or an investor wants to build a new commercial building or a manufacturing building, and they bring jobs, and they bring revenues, and they keep services. So we need to remember that when we're trying and we're competing with all these other communities and countries, and how important various aspects of being successful in your development of your community. And it was a great experience. We're going to be sharing that with our other committees and groups and people, so we can get what we want and get what we want to accomplish. So anyway, we covered a lot today, and Deb and Joe, I want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at the Lone Ranger Festival. And with that, we'll all close up with Hi-Ho Silver! Away!